honor the work that we do. I made some phone calls and talked to some women who were there at the very beginning of Haven. And it was quite an incredible experience to listen to their stories of how this agency began, which is grassroots in the most basic way. It was just women answering a need of other women for safety. We didn't start the transitional house moving by getting funding from the government. Women were taking women in and going door to door and asking for signatures, so have to it, Nanaimo. So anyway, this song is called A Portrait of Haven. She transforms her shock into a response. Her name is Valerie Kwan. The year is 1978. Vancouver Island Haven Society is born. A small, cramped room on Vancouver Avenue, an office sandwiched between Crisis Society and Legal Services. It doesn't get any more grassroots than this. Picture a web fanning out from that space. A network of women taking women into their own homes. For 2.5 years, that's how women and children are kept safe. Vignette 4, tag days. You had to have city permission, could only do it once a year. We took our tin cans and stood outside all the grocery stores in town, the co-op, the overweighty. We would hand out our tags. We got a fair amount of abuse. We got a fair amount of money. The night before, we would do a pub crawl. 3 or 4 of us would dive in and get out before anyone would figure out what we were doing. A lot of Haven tags got into purses that way. Vignette 5. How to identify burnout. Each night it's the same. I lie down and my mind starts to race. I begin my ritual winding down. Closing my mind off, I begin with my feet. Broken toes. Crushed ankle bones. The images repeat over and over. Shattered kneecaps. A pregnant belly stabbed. So many women. Broken pelvis, cracked jaw, moving up my body, my collateral post-traumatic stress. Detached retina, fractured skull. I am full to overflowing with the stories of women. Vignette number 6. The Norwell Rancher House, Margaret Westwood, Georgette Allen Newman, Carol Ann Brooke, Kathy McCormick, Eb Smith. The staff were on pages. We'd get a call in the middle of the night. The woman on the other end would be really flooded, hysterical at times. We'd jump into our private cars alone to meet them wherever they were. We didn't know what would happen. We didn't know who would be there. If you were followed, you were to head to the RCMP office. Unionization, worker safety, the second house on the island to do so. Many houses follow suit. Vignette 7. There used to be a phone booth at Long Lake. Got a call one day from a woman who was at that phone booth. Said she'd been with her kids and husband in Campbell River. He'd started to threaten her again. She went out with the kids to do laundry. She decided she'd rather do laundry at her sister's in Hope. Did we have a place for her and the kids for the night? Vignette 1991. Wheatcroft Construction transforms the third house. Irene James, Alice McKeever, Maureen Ballantyne, Irene Hobbins, Maggie Cooper, Betsy Ryder, Wendy Farmer O'Neill, Ann Spilker, Farrah, Katie Louise Vincent. A hummingbird trapped in the house is freed using the lid of a pot. Women, ooh, and ah, a metaphor for freedom. 24-hour shifts, insomniac women experience the panoptic eye of staff on their trauma at night and on their parenting skills during the day. Composting miracles and growing pains, always growing pains. Vignette number 9, middle of the night, a trespasser triggers the alarm. The police come, and so does Jane. She's our fairly new executive director. She possesses an amazing warmth, a genuine love and concern. We're all shaken. She doesn't know me, but I'm greeted with a big hug. She's like a star in the night. Vignette 10, the names and the programs come too quickly now. Gina, Michelle, Teresa, Jeannie, Maggie, Elizabeth, Donna, the volunteer program, victim services, Parksville office, it's coming too fast, supervised access, Willow Way, hampers, drop-ins, school programs, Grace Mitchell, the owl on the driveway, full of grace. There's no final vignette. The only proper closing vignette would be a closing of haven. Lack of business. No need for service. Massive layoffs in the transition house movement. Retraining needed for frontline trauma workers. Won't it be nice when we look back at these times? These barbaric times? These monstrous times? Won't it be good when this is a thing